Hello vinyl community, this is Mike from TCAT's Deep Vinyl Tracks, and yes, I know it's been quite a while since my last video. As I mentioned, I wasn't going to have a lot of time to get on and do a video as often in the last few months, and hopefully for the most part that's over. There are still some things that are going on, but I think I'll be able to get on and do a video a little more often. I thank you all for your patience and for coming back to my channel after all this time. I don't know if you can notice here, but we moved. We're in a new place, and so that was part of the reason why I've been offline for so long. The other reason was I was having some health issues, some heart problems. I ended up in the emergency ward in Chatham with thinking I was having a heart attack at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they were a little concerned about it. I was having chest pains and everything, but everything seemed to pass and check out okay. My heart specialist called me, and I've been having issues over the last several years of a minor valve leak in my heart, and it's never been anything to be a big concern other than my heart specialist wanted me to come by and every year and see him and do routine ultrasounds on my heart. So that was what we were doing. And when this little episode happened, he got quite worried and decided to send me in for some extensive testing. So I was doing some testing in London, Ontario at the hospital there, and had to go through, the usual stress test and the chemical induced stress test, and had CAT scans done. They tried to do a CT scan, and there was too much. They found that there was too much calcification around my heart, so they couldn't take clear pictures. And I didn't know what that meant. I have since found out that it can be a pretty bad issue if it's bad, and it was bad enough that my doctor sent me in to do an angiogram. So I had one of those done, and they found blockage in one of my smaller arteries. It's too small for them to operate, so I've had to I have to wear these nitro patches 12 hours a day, and believe me, they're not fun to wear. Nothing great about those at all. They give you these terrible headaches. You have to stand up slowly. Every time I bend over and go to stand up, I feel like I'm going to pass out. A lot of things you have to get used to, and your body's supposed to get used to them after so long from what I've heard, but as of yet that hasn't happened for me. And it's probably been about a month and a half since I started these, so hopefully that will change. But anyway, you're not here to hear about that. You're here to hear about what's new. And what's new is last month, Mark from Mad for Vinyl sent me some VCLT. And I finally got over the border and picked that up at my U.S. drop-off place. And really appreciate Mark. Mark has got an excellent channel, and I highly recommend Mark's channel to everybody. It's called Mad for Vinyl, M-A-D, the number 4, V-I-N-Y-L. And I'll leave a link to that down in the bottom. Mark is a great guy, has some great content on his channel, and just one of the nicest people in the VC. Great personality. I love to watch his videos, and have been watching them regularly throughout all of this. I hope to be able to start watching videos like I used to again. So anyway, when I go over the border to pick up any packages, I have to open it before I cross back over, just in case they want to look at the contents. So unfortunately, I didn't wait for the video to open it, but Mark sent me a note on, yes, Charlie Brown paper, of course. I wouldn't expect any different from Mark. We're both big Charlie Brown fans. And he says, "Hi Mike, I hope you are well. It is nice to see you posting videos again." This is back when I posted my last video. He says, "I hope you enjoy the Rolling Stones LP. I have a copy and really enjoy it. Best, Mark." Now, I kind of thought maybe Mark would be sending something Rolling Stones, and my collection has been lacking Rolling Stones, especially some of the older material, so I kind of expected that to happen, but I did not expect it to be like a sealed copy, but I'll show you that in a minute. He sent me some 45s. Big fan of Brooke Benton, and he sent me this copy of Brooke Benton's Keep the Faith Baby, and you can see there one side is the plug side, not for sale, so it's a promo copy. The other side is Going to Soulsville, RCA Victor, and it's just on black vinyl, beautiful black vinyl. And another Brooke Benton 45, this one with the picture sleeve, the Boll Weevil song, and the flip side is Your Eyes. And this one is on Mercury Records, the Black Mercury label. Two great songs, two great singles. He also sent me a single of Pearl Jam's Wish List. Great song by Pearl Jam. I really love that song. And the interesting thing about this one is it's got a double B side. Here's what the back looks like. So you got Wish List on the A side, and you have U, just the letter U is the second track. The third track is Brain of J. And both songs on the second side, U is a previously unreleased before the single song, and it kind of sounds almost like a demo, kind of. The sound is a little softer on it, so you turn it up and it sounds great. Brain of J is actually a live version, and here's the label on the B side, and of course on black vinyl. I love singles that have more than two tracks on it, and so that was cool. And then a Record Store Day single, Bob Dylan, "The Night We Called It a Day." I believe this is a standard. It's not a Bob Dylan song. It's more of a jazz standard from his album that he put out back in 2015 is when this is dated. And there's the jacket, the back side. The B side is called Stay With Me, also another single. And like I said, it's a Record Store Day release. I did keep the label from the shrink, so I held on to that, and there it is on blue vinyl, beautiful blue vinyl, the B side. So some really cool singles from Mark there, and really happy for those. It will definitely be in the most liked section of my collection. Every one of those, all of those singles, I would easily pick up if I seen them anywhere. He also sent me 2 LPs, Mick Jagger's "She's the Boss." Interesting thing about this is just before, well, I think it was after he sent this package to me, I'd found a copy of this for like 50 cents. It was one of those 50-cent records I found. And I tried playing it, it's very unplayable, so I ended up just getting rid of it. and so I was more than happy to see this. That previous one didn't make the move with me because I figured it wasn't worth it because of the condition it was in. This one is like pristine, beautiful copy of it. So thank you so much, Mark. It's almost like you knew. And just listen to this, and it sounds really nice, really clear sound. There's the inner sleeve, mostly with the lyrics on the other side, and on the Columbia label. Beautiful copy. So there's that. And as far as the Rolling Stones go, he sent me this copy of Metamorphosis. It's still in the shrink wrap, unopened. It's the RSD exclusive limited edition, the official re-release of the 1975 Rolling Stones Rarities collection in the UK edition, and this is on green vinyl. I have not opened this up yet. Still sealed. It also includes a full color iron-on t-shirt transfer of the album artwork. And I haven't heard this yet, obviously, since it hasn't been opened. I do know the album, but I have never owned it on vinyl. So that's really nice. And there's the t-shirt transfer and the instructions. And there's the inner sleeve. And beautiful green vinyl. So very nice. Can't wait to play that one. Thank you so much, Mark. That's a beautiful copy. And it's really exciting to have that iron-on transfer. So there's that. Now also, I also picked up just recently some new records. I usually stay away from the bigger chain stores. Every once in a while I'll buy something from them, but I like to try to go to the independents first. Only problem was we were in kind of a hurry, and it was convenient to have a Walmart with records. We just happened to be in Walmart, so I went and looked. But I also grabbed a couple from Barnes & Noble. And one of the ones I grabbed from Barnes & Noble was Pearl Jam's debut album, 10. If you're worried or wondering how the sound is on this album, it's just beautiful. It's really a great sound on this particular edition. There's the label. And just really has a great sound, even though it's from Barnes & Noble. That doesn't matter. It sounded really great. I had I think the 2012 release of this at one time. It came with 2 albums. One was the original and one was a remix of it. And this sounds better than that one did. I thought that one was a little bit muddy. And I also picked up from Barnes & Noble Jack White's second album from last year, Keeping Heaven Alive. I have the first one from last year, and I've been wanting to pick this one up. I'm glad to see they still had a copy of it there. The nice thing about this one being a Barnes & Noble exclusive is it came with an exclusive slip mat. I don't know if any other versions of this come with a slip mat or not. It says it's exclusive to Barnes & Noble, so I'm assuming it doesn't, but there's the vinyl. And hold on, I'll show you the slip mat here. And you should see a cat up here, up over the top of my chair here in a minute. Which one is it? Maybe they didn't make it up. Oh, it was Norman, he didn't climb. There's the slip mat. So it looks a lot like the label, except it has 3 marks instead of 1 or 2. So it'd be like side 3, I guess. So that's cool. And then I picked up 3 from Walmart. A lot of people say I don't like the sound of the Walmart records, but you know, I hear no different. I finally picked up a pristine, brand new copy of Kate Bush's Hounds of Love. I love this album. This is the one that sold me on Kate Bush in the first place. It came out when I was working for the Record Bar way back, and I loved it then. I love it now. I never grow tired of this album, and it sounds simply amazing. Even if it is from Walmart, that doesn't really seem to matter. It's on the Fish People label, which is Kate Bush's own label, and has the insert with the lyrics and the pictures. Actually, this is the inner sleeve. I put it in a polyline sleeve. So, glad to have that one. Love that album. Also picked up a copy of the Lumineers' Cleopatra. Beautiful album. I heard this, I had a digital copy and listened to it the other day, and I thought I really need to get that on vinyl. And they had it there, so I picked that up. Great album. If you haven't heard this album by the Lumineers, Cleopatra, you've got to listen to this. It's just amazing. Very acoustic sounding. Comes with a coupon for 20% off their store. And as you see, I kept the sticker, like I said. And this one, the Walmart exclusive, comes on a smoke vinyl, which is really cool looking. I don't know how you can, if you can see how you get the smoky feel from the looks of the album, but it's mostly kind of a light gray with darker swirls through it to give it that smoky look. So, the Lumineers' Cleopatra, an excellent album, highly recommended, especially if you love the acoustic-based music. And last of all, I picked up a copy of Stone Temple Pilots. Love this album, one of my favorite Stone Temple Pilot albums. 12 Gracious Melodies, as you can see on the back. And this one is on a blue splatter vinyl. And if you're wondering about the coloring on this and if it has an effect on the sound or the fact that it's from Walmart, forget it, it all sounds great. Really nice sound. Even sounds better, in my opinion, than the digital version of it. But here's the, you know, you're interested in seeing what the blue splatter vinyl looks like. I know I was, but there it is. Very nice. So, my favorite Stone Temple Pilots album. You know, I like most of their music. And there you have it. Well, I hope you stuck out to the end and were able to watch that. I will do my best to put out more content. I have a bunch of records that I picked up at the most surprising of all places. And I plan on showing you those hopefully in the next couple of days. Plus a few more new albums on the way that I will show. And for now, thank you for watching. I hope I can get back to watching videos again now that we've moved in and settled in a little bit more, making comments on and visiting all my friends from before. Thank you so much for those that have stuck around and stayed with me all this during this time. And thank you very much to Mark. Mark, great VCLT package. I promise you I'll be sending you one out soon. I've already got the stuff pulled out for you that I'd like to send off. Thank you so much for that. Go visit Mark's channel, Mad for Vinyl. Great stuff, great content. And thank you for watching, and we will talk to you all later.